Nicolas, Refn, and give them a All right. Someone want to kick this off? Who's excited?
Right here.
Right here? Okay, you go for it.
I've been a fan of his ever since Sandra Bullock in Murder by Numbers. Hell of an actor. How'd you get the cast all together? I mean, who assembled the cast all together besides you?
Ryan actually had asked if I would do a movie with him.
Okay.
And we kind of had a strange experience one night that led to this film. And then after that, I kind of cast what I'd like to do. And I mean, I don't have a desire to work in Hollywood. I live in Scandinavia, and I never really wanted to come and make films in America. And so I was very weary about doing it. But Ryan said he would protect me and make sure I could make the movie I wanted to make. So it was it was a very good experience.
And as far as was this before Crazy Stupid Love or during Crazy Stupid Love? I mean, was he doing both films at one time?
He had done Crazy Stupid Love, and then he went in and did Drive after.
Okay, that's what's up. All right, thanks a lot.
What was the strange experience?
Well, I had felt that it would be interesting to maybe make a film in Los Angeles after I had done a film called Valhalla Rising, which was probably the most abstract I'd ever gone into. And so I'd found a script, or somebody had sent me a script called The Dying of the Light by Paul Schrader, which was very good, about a sea agent who dies slowly through the story. And I'd gotten Harrison Ford to play the lead because I felt if I could kill Harrison Ford in a movie, I would contribute to film history. So he doesn't do any more Indiana Jones. But so I postponed my other film to go to Hollywood to do this film, and of course it was kind of strange because I had all the money and I had the stars, and then of course he went completely insane and everything started to unravel, and he didn't want to die, and then there was no point in making the movie, and I was so pissed off of having spent 6 months of my life in this situation. I mean, I like him a lot, he's a very nice man, and then I would go at 4 days at a time to Los Angeles because I had just gotten a new child and stuff, so I had to be home a lot. And at one point I'd come into Los Angeles and I'd gotten the flu on the plane, so I was really sick. But I had to be productive while I was here, so I took these anti-flu drugs, which you have over here, and I was basically high as a kite 24 hours a day. And then I got a call asking if I wanted to meet Ryan Gosling, who would like to invite me for dinner, like a blind date. And it was a bit like, yeah, sure, whatever. That's what you do in Hollywood. You just go and have meetings, basically, and then hopefully something comes out of it. And that day I woke up out of bed, and I barely could get out of bed, and I was so stoned. It was like on morphine. And I got myself into a taxi and I drove to the restaurant, and I went to the restaurant. I was a little bit late, and Ryan was already there, and he was very courteous, very polite, and as you know, my film was very talked a lot about them, and I was just like, and I was so out of it, so I couldn't. We talked about music a little bit and stuff like that, and they had sent the script over, Drive, which was very different than how the film turned out because it was originally a Universal franchise film, like a Fast and the Furious. And so I couldn't really remember it because I read it when I was so stoned. So we couldn't really, there was no really to talk about, and it was just kind of weird because I couldn't look at him all night because I would sit like this and he would be sitting like you're sitting, and I couldn't turn my head to him, so he would just be looking me in profile. So this was like really, really, it was going to go really bad. And after about 2 hours, I was so out of it, and I asked him to take me home. and Ryan went a bit like, excuse me? And I said, I don't drive a car. And I need, I gotta get out of here. And he goes like, yeah, okay, I'll drive you. Where are you going? Well, I was going to Santa Monica, which is a really long drive. So we were stuck in a car. And I don't know if anybody have been on a blind date, but that awkward silence afterwards, where nobody's going to get any action, you just want to get rid of the other person. So we're driving at night, and to break the silence, Ryan turns on the radio, and it's soft rock. And we're sitting there listening to soft rock as we're driving along the freeways, and our Speedwagon's I Can't Fight This Feeling anymore. Starts to it's on, and I'm a huge 80s fan, and that's when I grew up, like John Hughes and stuff. And when you're really ill, like guys when they're really ill, they're really weak, and they always think about their mothers and the past. I was missing my wife a lot and my kids, and it was just all messed up, and Harrison Ford wouldn't die. It was a really, really difficult situation in that moment. The car, so I start to cry. So I had, tears starting rolling down my cheek, and I couldn't hold back, so I started singing the song. So I was in the car crying very loudly while I was singing I Can't Fight This Feeling anymore. And Ryan was, I think, literally petrified. The next thing I was going to kill him or something. And I turned to him for the first time and looked at him, and he's a very good-looking man. And I screamed in his face because I had turned the music so obnoxiously loud that I said, I got it. I know what drive is. It's going to be about a man who drives around at night listening to pop music because that's his emotional relief. And Ryan looked at me for like a few seconds and he goes like, I'm in. and that's how we kind of found an idea, like an emotion that we could build a movie around. And then I went back and I read the script unstoned, and it was very well written, but it was very different. It was like a real studio, $60 million movie that Hugh Jackman was originally set to play. Who cares? But literally, come on. And so it had never gotten off the ground, and it was about a stuntman. And about a getaway driver, like a really sexy getaway driver who all the women want to sleep with. And then I read the novel, which it's based on, which is completely different. And I think Universal had bought something they didn't read because they read a title. And the book is a very strange existentialistic novel about a stuntman in Hollywood. And I said, I want to make that book. And then I incorporated the book much more into the film, and we went off and did it.